So we have some pretty exciting news that came out earlier this morning regarding a wide receiver who has recently met with the Green Bay Packers. And now with the draft only being 2 weeks away, we're getting closer and closer to finding out, which receivers hopefully the Packers end up drafting in this draft. And this is a guy that I really like. I've talked about on this channel a few different times, and this is Christian Watson. It came out from Tony Pauline of Pro Football Network early this morning, and here is what he has to say. He says, Christian Watson is one of the fastest rising receivers in the draft, thanks in large part to his Senior Bowl and Combine performances. Watson was the most consistent pass catcher during 3 days of practice in Mobile. In Indianapolis, he ran the 40 in 4.34 seconds while hitting 38.5 inches in the vertical jump and 11.4 in the broad jump, all at 6'4". As it stands now, no team I've spoken with has a first-round grade on the North Dakota State product. Rather, it seems everyone has a mid-second round choice. His visit list has been extensive and includes the Green Bay Packers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Seattle Seahawks, Las Vegas Raiders, and Kansas City Chiefs. So even though he is not just meeting with the Packers, as most of these players end up meeting with lots of different teams, I am excited to see that they have met with the Packers. Clearly, the Packers have met with lots of different receivers. It doesn't mean they're going to draft them, but they have some kind of interest in Christian Watson if he is coming to, visit the Packers in Green Bay. So when it comes to Christian Watson, there has been some debate as to, has he moved up to the first round potentially in teams' eyes. Tony Pauline seems to say that no one has a first-round grade on him. But if there are lots of teams who do see him as a mid-second round player, there has to be some teams out there, maybe the Packers, who are like, okay, well, lots of people see him as a second-round guy, so we're going to need to maybe bump him up to the end of the first round if we actually want to get him. So who exactly knows? Maybe he ends up falling to the second round, and the Packers are able to snag him there in the end of the second round there. But if the Packers want to secure him, I do think, I honestly wouldn't be opposed to them picking him at number 28 overall with their second first-round draft pick. Clearly, there's so many different things that could happen in this draft. It depends on which receivers are flying off the board, who's there for the Packers at 22 overall. That definitely, factors into the decision of potentially drafting Christian Watson. And I think the question marks are, of course, with him playing in a lesser division at North Dakota State. But he is 6'4" and runs a 4.34 40, and he has one of the best relative athletic scores of all time for wide receivers. I think it's like number 5 overall since like 1987. So he is an insane athlete. He did struggle with some drops. But hopefully that is an issue that can be fixed when he comes into the NFL. So I think there's so much upside in this guy, and for the Packers to be able to get him maybe in the second round, I think would be amazing. And it could take a few years for him to develop, but I hope the Packers come away from this draft with Christian Watson, just because I think just watching his highlights, just go watch his highlights. He's a monster. So I would want him catching the ball from Aaron Rodgers. And so we'll see what happens with the Packers wide receiver situation. Will they draft him? Who knows? But it is exciting to see that he did visit with the Packers. So if you guys haven't subscribed, you want to see more Packers content, feel free to subscribe. But that is all for right now, and I'll see you guys next time.